Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Ludicrous Feed Live on a Wednesday. How about that? Who would have thought? Hey, it does happen sometimes. We do stream on other days, and today's one of those days. So thank you for joining us on a Wednesday instead of a Thursday night, which is our regular day, of course. I'm doing this on a Wednesday because tomorrow we have a birthday in the family, so I can't be doing work on a birthday, can I? So I have to go out and celebrate. So here I am celebrating with all of you on a Wednesday night instead of a Thursday night. So nice of you all to join us. I can see a lot of guests already on the stream. So if you're joining us live tonight on Wednesday, the 23rd of August, 2023, make sure you drop a comment in the live chat. If you're watching us on replay, hello as well. Thank you so much. Make sure you drop a comment if you have any questions or comments from tonight's stream. And if you are one of those lucky people who listen to us in the car or somewhere else on audio podcast, hello as well. Nice of you to join us. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. All right, let's welcome our regular guests to the stream as always. Let's say hello to Riz from Carloop and The Driven, and also Rahul, our regular guest as well. Gentlemen, so nice to see you on a Wednesday night. Hello, Riz. We'll start with you.
Hey Tom, Rahul, everyone. Yeah, good to be here. It's a different day, but we're going to have as much fun as we normally do on a Thursday night.
Absolutely right. Rahul, how are you?
Yeah, really good, Tom. The weekends kind of like come early for us. We're always looking to Thursday night. So yeah, great to be on the live stream a day early. And yeah, thank you to the subscribers, the audience that are here joining us on a Wednesday night, even though we moved it by one day. Glad that you could all be here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. What's one day between friends, hey? And thank you, gents, for accommodating the date change as well. I suppose in the long run, probably won't matter in 100 years' time. 24 hours. Same content, same good content, I should say. All right, well, let's say hello to some of our regular guests on the show. All right, so we've got Peter Cook. Hi, everyone, from Mouldy, Sodden, Queanbeyan. Perhaps my last week here. Oh, okay. Peter might be going somewhere else. Kevin says hello from Lakeland, Florida. Nice of you to join us, Kevin. And Jez says it's Wednesday. Something's up. Yes, something is up. That's right. You heard it first here. And Kenny Tim says a midweek treat. Evening gang. Hello, Kenny. Hello to everyone else I can see as well. We've got someone from Bustleton. Wow, okay. Nice of you to join us, Gilbert. And Mitch had to check what day it was too. Yeah, so did I. It is Wednesday, hump day. Here we are. Thomas Coates says, hey, great to be here live. And Robert says, had to confirm with my wife what day it is. Well, welcome to Wednesday. And Hector says, happy Wednesday from a future Cybertruck owner in Perth. Oh, I love the optimism. Cool. That's good. And Riz is a future Cybertruck owner too, aren't you, Riz?
I'm a current Cybertruck owner. I've got one in the background somewhere there. I still haven't unboxed it. We're gonna have to have like an unboxing special. It's been sitting there for over 2 years now, and I think it's got the Cyber Quad as well. So, okay. Yeah, the Hot Wheels special they created for a while, which I think I paid less for the deposit on the real thing than I did on this actual toy one. So we'll find out when the real one comes in 2029.
Okay. Anybody in the stream watching now wants a special 5-hour long unboxing from Riz for his Cybertruck? Leave your comment there. We'll do it for you. Thomas says, I often listen in the car. Okay. So excited to have been on last week's episode with the curbside like charters. Yeah, keep the content coming, everyone. We share viewer content as much as we can. If you share it with us on social media, we will put it on, definitely. And we've got Bond and Noz. Hi from Adelaide. So many more Teslas on the road here lately. Good to see. Very good to see. And Peter is explaining my car space in my new building in Canberra is puny. I wonder if I'll need to use Summon to get in and out. Yeah, cool. That's one use of Summon, that's for sure. Okay, well, let's move on to some content. Hey, gents. Any suggestions on what we should talk about first tonight?
Riz, you want to have a go first?
Anything, because it's all exciting.
Yeah, exactly. There's always so much to talk about. Okay, let's have a look at our private chat here. All right. So let's start from the very beginning then in that case. Let's go. Did we do that last week? I think we did. So let's do this one. Did we? No, we did that one. Okay, let's do. All right, let's do this one. I think we didn't do this one last week. So bear with me, everyone. It is Wednesday, so a bit different. We'll work it out. Okay, so this is shared from our good friend Sawyer on X. So this is a V4 Tesla supercharger being installed in the UK.
Yeah.
That is without its clothes on. You can see all the innards of the V4. Exciting times. Yeah. So first one in the UK. We've seen a few in France, haven't we, gents?
Yeah, I can't remember the ones in France, but yeah, this one in the UK, I definitely saw that. So yeah, I think some of the comments in our Australian X space were, when are we getting the first V4 Tesla supercharger here in Australia, and what location? I don't know, Tom. Maybe we have a bit of a competition. People guess what location gets that first V4 supercharger.
Yeah. We've talked about the New South Wales government giving grants out for partially funded, Tesla and other EV chargers. So I wonder whether we'll get some of these V4s, later down the pipeline. That'll be good because they do charge faster.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because outside of Europe, they have. I mean, this is the first UK one, as the post suggests. But outside of Europe, even in the US, all the new sites are still V3. So there is some sort of secret ploy going on at Tesla as to why Europe and why not everywhere else. But in the US now, we're starting to see the mega chargers rocking up at basically on a pallet at a random supercharger site. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, and maybe it could possibly be one of the new sites that we get in, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, anywhere. But it'd be good to see down here.
Yeah, I guess for me, one of the big advantages of V4 is the longer cable, let alone the faster speed. But perhaps Europe has more open chargers where non-Tesla EVs can charge at. So maybe that's why they're prioritizing Europe. But as we know, in America, NACS is now almost becoming the standard. A lot of OEMs are jumping on board. So yeah, I think a longer cable will help. Yeah, I'll share a road trip to Canberra very shortly on the channel, so stay tuned for that with the Model 3. But a lot of the newer sites I visited have, it's clear that they're getting ready to share those superchargers with non-Tesla EVs. So I think that's what the world is heading towards, this open source charging for Tesla and everyone else. So it's good to see.
Just
Cool.
a quick bit of information there for some of the people who might be uninformed, including like myself. What are the spec differences between the V3, V4 chargers?
Good question.
So theoretically, they say it's rated up to 350 kilowatts. Whether the Tesla vehicles can take that sort of power or not, we're not sure. We know the LFP batteries are sort of capped at about 170 or 175 kilowatts. It'd be interesting to see, given these, let's call them high-powered chargers, V4 above V3, they're going into Europe, and we're not supposed to be seeing a vehicle like the Cybertruck in Europe anytime soon, and that's supposed to have next-level charging. So yeah, interesting to see the power difference, but there's been no actual tests to prove that it's that much different.
Yes, we do need some real world testing. I'll just show this picture here from Teslarati. See how much longer that cable is, right? So, potentially if you have a right-hand port, you could pull that right over, like, all the EGMP cars have right-hand side ports. So that's handy to have, whereas you can't really do that in a V3 or V2 at the moment. And you can look at the specs between the V3 and V4. So a higher current from 425 amps to 615 amps. And that's why you've got the higher charging rate. Oh, Rahul, you've got a little friend there. Come to say hello. How cute. Faster speed, better cable management or height, longer length, better for non-Teslas to charge at. So good question, Rahul. That's good. Thank you for that question. Good education for everyone. Let's put a few more comments before we move to the next topic. So Paul says we'll get a Lego Cybertruck in, I think that's meant to say New Zealand before we get the real thing. No, probably Oz, yeah. I mean, there's some in New Zealand now, right, for testing. And yeah, question: Hi guys, any news on when driving on sunshine will be available in Australia? Now, I got a bit excited on Twitter or X this week because I thought it was actually available, but it was actually Charge HQ running in the background, which confused me. But it's still not available yet in Australia. When we say charging on sunshine, we mean the excess solar can be managed by the app in the US that can be charged into your car, which we can't do in Australia yet.
For clarity, I think you need a Powerwall.
Yep, makes sense.
So I believe you need a Powerwall as part of the whole energy and charging mix for you to be able to utilize that feature. But for those without one, Charge HQ I think currently offers a way of doing it if your inverter is capable or compatible.
Yeah, Charge HQ is a great app. Very small price to pay, subscription, very granular in your settings. Supports a lot of inverters. So yeah, have a look at that too if you get a chance, guys, if you need that. All right. So question, does anyone know if MG have started delivering MG4s? Haven't seen any on the road yet. Riz, any idea?
There's a post going around about someone receiving an orange one. They call it, I think, Volcano something, that color, but there's been no real confirmation since that road trip, Tom, that you and I did. It's been a little bit quiet on any news on customer deliveries, but we hope that we'll see some by the first or second week of September.
Okay, that's not too far away. I thought I heard someone on my channel say they got delivery in Queensland, but again, that was just a comment, so I can't verify that. Yeah. And I've also been promised by MG the Essence variant, so higher range, better charging, well, faster charging. So I'll take that for a spin too. Peter, good comment from Peter Cook. Version 3 superchargers are too fast as it is. Actually, that's true. On this road trip I'm about to share with you guys, I did charge it at version 3. Just enough time to go to the bathroom, grab some food, and I came back. It was already probably enough to get on the road again. So, and Rahul, you've mentioned many times on the stream before with young kids, it's probably too quick, right?
Yeah, because I did that trip earlier this year when I went to New South Wales via the South Coast. And yeah, some of those V3 chargers, even though we were at 20% and charging back up to say 80% or so, they were charging within 20 minutes, between two kids and us going to the bathrooms or going to KFC or Hungry Jack's or Macca's. Not enough time, Tesla. What are you doing to me? Almost too quick.
And the other problem is if your restaurant or whatever is too far away from the charger, you gotta do the power walk and get back before you start getting charged idle fees, right? So yeah, so I mean it's a good problem to have. Maybe the city chargers, which have a slower charging rate, so they're in between an AC and a DC, then that might be good.
Yeah, I did like the new charging plugs though. They're really, really lighter as opposed to a massive CCS2 plug. You're almost doing a workout in. Yeah.
I know. And you need two hands to lift it and plug it in. And the pulleys kind of help, but still you got to drag it over. Yeah. Riz, I mean, we've talked about this before in our trips, right? Like the Tesla superchargers, next level tech.
I just think it's underappreciated. That's all. Like, if anyone, they keep talking about an ideal charging site in Australia. Look at most of the Tesla supercharger sites, and that is good cable management, the way they transfer power across. In a shopping center, it doesn't matter what setting it's in. And they have plenty of stalls, light cables, and they're generally pretty clean. So Tesla, I think, must pay a premium for wherever they're renting those parking bays to keep them clean. Because, Tom, that MG4 road trip, Goulburn has not gotten any better.
No, that place is a shocker. There's always garbage around.
This is the Charge Fox site, not the Goulburn.
That's right. Yeah. Charge Fox DC site. First of all, half the time one of the screens is broken. There's garbage on the floor. It's not the most pleasant place to be at the back of a petrol station. We've got to do better than that. So if as another example, the Yampole, Pheasant's Nest, northbound, southbound, that's like a good standard. So anyone in New South Wales, have a look at the Pheasant's Nest charging site. That's pretty good. That's what we should be kind of aspiring to, in my opinion. All right, let's have a look. Peter Cook says, I'm disappointed there's no DC rapid charging in Canberra north of the lake. Uber on winter nights is tenuous, so Peter does drive an Uber for Model 3. Fortunately, most of my driving is Wollongong Friday, Saturday. Macca's, Ferry Meadows, and Corrimal Street have DC. Thanks, Peter, for that inside knowledge. Bondan, do you think Tesla will ever catch up to the volume of third-party chargers in Australia? That's an interesting question. I think Riz might be able to answer this. I mean, numbers-wise, they don't have as many, but the way they use those chargers, amazing.
And that's the thing. It's, I guess, it's the number of sites versus the number of bays.
Stalls, yeah.
Or stalls, yeah. And Tesla by far, as much as ChargeFox and others like to claim that they have the biggest charging network and whatever, it doesn't. We know charger anxiety is real in holiday periods, and having 6 stalls instead of 2, that one of them may not work, or the handshake may not go well. Tesla they're doing well. I think they also opened a site in WA last week or 2 weeks ago, a 3-stall site. It's I think it's one of the regional towns there, Lancelin, I think it's called. So they're continuing to expand, and in some of the Charles, who's usually on, can also sort of concur that some of the other sites they've got is 20 stalls. That's what they're sort of proposing now. So, it might be one site, but with that many charging bays available, and we've seen videos of what they can be like in the US with 50, 60 stalls and always busy. Tesla will struggle to keep up, but at the same time, they're delivering something a lot quicker than what others can.
Yeah, I think the reliability and the uptime of Tesla chargers is next level. I think you're bound to rock up to a Tesla charger and always be sure that that's going to be up and running. And I guess if you couple that with, because I think it's quite a broad sort of question there, but I think if you couple that with the amount of destination chargers that they also have around Australia, in regional areas, in rural areas, just good, reliable system that's always online and works.
Yep, no, great points, gents. I mean, there's Tesla supercharger experience is like up here. Everything else is down here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to sound really pro Tesla, but it's just the facts. Like, it's the reality. Like, the experience is second to none. Plug in, go somewhere else, do something else, come back. As opposed to app, handshake, not working, handshake, what's going on, tap, take out, pull back in. It's frustrating. Like, it's not a great experience. So, it's the way it is, unfortunately, at the moment. Until we get sort of a tap and go for those charger sites, Tesla will be ahead of the game.
Just one last point on that one. I think that the way Tesla is moving in Europe, and a lot of people don't appreciate the speed at which they move. So opening the Tesla network up to non-Teslas and how quickly that happened, given we're CCS, I know we've been talking about it since January, since those first 5 sites, which Tom, you went out and tested with the BYD. But if they really wanted to, they could open them very quickly. And I think they're struggling at the moment with the number of Tesla registrations just this year alone, and how quickly they need to roll out the charging infrastructure to ensure that the experience is shared by everybody. So ultimately, the more Tesla chargers there are, eventually the benefit will be for everybody.
Yep.
All
Correct.
EVs.
Correct. So at the moment, those 5 pilot sites in New South Wales, if you have a non-Tesla, you still have to use the app. So it's still a little bit cumbersome. Whereas, obviously with a Tesla, you can just plug in and it'll know who you are. So eventually with a tap with a credit card, which you've seen in some of the V4 chargers in Europe, then that'll make things easier too. And again, just to plug my video, I visited Campbelltown today. Amazing site, by the way. If you want to bypass Sydney, that's a great site. You've got 12 stalls, including a pull-through or drive-through stall. I was quite impressed. Not officially a pull-through one. It's like in the middle of 2 spots back to back. So you could literally pull your trailer up and charge as well. So I've never seen that before. So that's good. Next to the Campbelltown Catholic Club, which is open for toilets, etc. So that's not a bad site in Campbelltown. So stay tuned for that video. And Ray's got a point. News for FSD Beta for Oz is the new drivers that were hired are being used for edge cases, as he just learned a friend of mine is one of the Tesla drivers. Cool. Thanks, Ray. That's good to know. I will keep an eye on that one. Jai says, driving on sunshine. If I'm not wrong, My Energy, which is Zappy, provides this. So that's the hardware solution. Again, Charge HQ, software, small subscription fee as an alternative. I think it's quite handy. Yes, Riz, that's for you. Point from Ray Elba. Yes, I have Powerwall. I plan to stay within the Tesla ecosystem for EV and Powerwall plus level 2 charger. Makes integration a lot more seamless. Correct. That sort of environment, keeping it all insular is very handy.
Just quickly on the Powerwall, I think there is an offer on at the moment that Tesla's got $750 off on their Powerwall product. So I'm not sure if it's still valid or not, but anyone interested, check it out. It is a good product given the inverter's built in. You don't need a hybrid solar inverter or anything like that, and just use it. And if they're offering rebates of some sort at the moment, it's worth taking up if you're in the market.
That's not bad. $750 off. There's only one Tesla supercharger in and around Adelaide. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I visited Adelaide. It's only three stalls. No, maybe 4. It was a V2, so probably multiples of 2. Yeah, it needs more than that in a city that big. And hi, Charles. Charles is on. Agree with the comment that Tesla builds sites with 12, 15, soon to be 20 stalls in Australia. Yeah, we definitely need it. And comments around ChargeFox DC stations being out of action. I highly recommend contacting ChargeFox. They've got a marketing team on board now, so get onto them quick smart to get your solution. It does happen. Okay, let's have a look. All right, so yep, more comments around DC chargers. Thanks, guys. Keep them coming. Good. And yeah, Peter's right. ChargeFox don't actually own many of the chargers. They do have they operate the back end by the software, and a lot of the chargers are owned by third parties. So it's kind of a mixed hybrid model that ChargeFox do. Okay, let's move on to our next article, which I want to put on, which is, I always pronounce this brand wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. Rimac, the Croatian brand, Rimac. Nevera has beaten the time set by Tesla Model S plaid track pack at the Nurburgring. The Croatian car maker just revealed that it set a new production electric car lap record at the track with a time of 7 minutes and 5.298 seconds. There you go. Another electric vehicle going quick.
So exciting. I mean, I think mine's at the port at the moment, so I better go collect it. Going to be taking it around Albert Park before the next Formula One race. It's a great achievement. 1400 plus kilowatts, quad motor, limited to 150 being produced globally. Reminds me of Koenigsegg from the ice days. I can't pronounce that either, Tom. Yep. So it's all the cool, fast car makers generally have really interesting names.
Rimac, apparently. Lindsay says Rimac.
Rimac. Cool. Yeah. Awesome stuff. 20 seconds, I think, over the Model S plaid. I think for most people that those sort of speeds are crazy, and you'd have a 5-door family, I think 5-door with the boot, a saloon instead of one of these, because these would be extremely hard to get in and out of.
Yeah, what I would do to be in that passenger seat, having one of the good drivers drive us around for a hot lap, that'd be pretty cool. It's a big track, 7-minute, lap time. It's a huge ring. 21
kilometers nearly.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay, so Shalendra says ChargeFox has removed the Adelaide CBD non-functional fast chargers from their network. Yeah, last time I was there in Adelaide, I wasn't very impressed. One of them was vandalized. It just looked a bit shady, just that area, just in general. So it's a shame. We need to do better. Shadowvan question: how does Type 2 charger split power if 2 cars are charging from the same charger? Good question. My understanding is no, it doesn't. It's a DC thing with like a shared stall. So ACs generally have their own power supply, so you shouldn't have to worry too much.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's move on to the next article of discussion. Let's have a look here. Okay, let's put this one on. So this one is interesting. This was shared and tagged for us, 3 of us here on X. And by the way, just a clarification, whatever we share on the stream and on our channel and my channel in general, it's already in the public domain. So it's not like we're taking anything private. So this is already being posted on X. So as far as I'm concerned, X is public. So we're good to go. It's in the public domain. So this is the BYD seal spotted at the soon-to-be open Mascot showroom. It looks pretty cool, that BYD showroom and Mascot in south of Sydney near the airport. So looking forward to seeing that in person.
It's pretty cool. I mean, now we know there's a third seal in the country. That's black. There was a white or silver one and a blue one. So this is the third one. It's happening. They're all swimming.
Slowly, but we're getting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool how the lights on any showroom make cars just that next level, right? They just pop. So it's pretty cool. Any word, guys? Are BYD throwing a big party again at Mascot? Looks like an amazing showroom there. Looks pretty well kitted out.
Does look amazing.
Yeah.
We'll have to score an invite somehow.
Yeah,
they always throw good
I
parties.
think if they're throwing an opening party, gents, after seeing you two party at Gold Coast, yeah, I'm not missing out this time. Yeah,
we'll get you up here, Rahul.
Yeah, the opening of the Mascot BYD Experience Center. Yeah, I'm going to be there definitely, guys.
We'll get you up here. We'll get some babysitters for you too.
We're going to have to hire somebody else to handle the back end stuff. Sorry, gents.
Hey, it's probably enough room to invite all our guests on tonight. It's a huge warehouse. Just a Ludicrous Feed party. Yeah, definitely.
Looks great.
Yeah. Peter Cook, thanks for confirming. 22 kilowatt Type 2 AC sites shouldn't matter, as it's rare to find EVs that can charge faster than 11 kilowatts at the moment. So thank you. Yes, and Sam agrees with me. It's horrible in Adelaide, isn't it? Getting my Model Y soon. I'm nervous.
That's the concerning part. Like a city as popular as Adelaide, I know there's actually new charges. RAA is supposed to be rolling a whole network out, and hopefully that picks up. But there's a clear need. Like last time I looked at our Tesla data for the number of Teslas registered in Adelaide and surrounds, I think South Australia has over 2,000 of them, and it's a reasonable sum compared to where things used to be for most parts of Australia. So hopefully Tesla's planning a couple of supercharger sites, and the other private companies can get on board as well and support the rollout of fast chargers throughout basically all of Adelaide.
Yeah, we had a bit of a discussion about this a few weeks ago when I shared someone who sent me, I think it was Greg, one of our members, the Ballarat chargers opening up, and there was some commentary around why does Ballarat get priority when there's already a site in Ballarat. And I think that a lot of feedback was, well, the sites that want the chargers, they've got their ducks in a row, they've lined up, they're ready to commission it, so they get priority, obviously, because everything's ready for them. Whereas other places may not be as keen. There's some bureaucracy blocking it. So that's probably why. I think, obviously, if it's easier to install it in Ballarat, of course Tesla's going to get that up and ready, right? So I don't know. I'm just speculating here. Maybe Adelaide, there's an issue there in Adelaide that we don't know about. I don't know. Just putting it out there. All right. So questions from the crowd here. Gilbert says BYD Seal or Highland. Ooh, tough one. We'll get to some Highland news first, but I think the price will be critical here, and could be the reason why BYD have not released any pricing yet, because of the Tesla price drops. So what's the Tesla Model 3 now? Like under 60, isn't it?
57,400, I think.
Well, 57,400. I said, I think 6 months ago, if the Seal came out at 55, I'd be happy. But would I be happy now knowing that Model 3 is 57? I don't know.
And Highland, I mean, we're talking new hardware and Tesla supercharger access, and it would be interesting. But one thing to note, Seal is a bigger car. Like lengthwise, it's around 100 and something millimeters longer, which may translate into interior space. We don't know yet because we haven't been in the car yet.
That's right. I haven't even stepped in one. So if you're watching someone from BYD, happy to loan one and test it out for you. Question from Hoyt. Do you think the Volvo EX30, which is the smaller EV Volvo, is looking to eat preemptively some of Tesla Model 2's lunch? Will it compete?
Well, pricing wise, Model 3 is cheaper.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't see Model 2 being that expensive, right? 55. It's gonna be like what? Would it be sub 50? It could be sub 50, surely. Model
I
2.
think in Australia, when we do get it, if they have the manufacturing lined up in Thailand, Indonesia, wherever they decide the next gigafactory will be, they will make right-hand drive cars for us. It would have to be under 50,000.
You'd hope so.
Hmm.
Yep, the yet to be produced Model 2. That'll be very popular, I think, particularly in some areas where you can't fit a big car, right? Some of those narrow lanes in Europe. All right, Peter says, yeah, charge at home if you can. I agree. Even if you've got a 10 amp charger, UMC or mobile charger, and leave those DC chargers for long drives. Very good point. Oh, Mikey says he spotted the black BYD Seal being road tested by a body shop in Marrickville last week, which is in New South Wales and Sydney. It looked great in person and quick too. So anyone who spots anything, like, just send it to me, tom@ludicrousfeed.com. Like, I'll vet it. I'll put it on social media. Credit you if you want. So yeah, happy to amplify anything you see. So take those photos, take those videos within reason. Don't put yourself in danger on the road. But yeah, I would love to see those spy photos, definitely. All right, so let's see what else have we got here. Charles, spot on about building at the sites that want it. Thank you, Charles. Tesla tried to install in Gawler just outside of Adelaide about a year ago. The council refused it. That's so disappointing.
Yeah,
really disappointing.
I think we had this on the last live stream as well, where somebody said there was a council that actually refused, wanting to install chargers. I'm trying to think what town it was, and I can't remember it off the top of my head. But yeah, somebody did say that. And it's just like you're refusing. I think it must have been somewhere in WA, right? We had this controversy, right? I remember this. Can't remember what town it was, but they refused to have it. And yeah, it's just like, okay, well, the future's coming hard at you. And you're going to be reactive instead of being proactive. Go for it. They're going to bypass you and go to the next town, and they're going to reap the benefits of people charging, people stopping, people spending money in your town.
Correct.
Yeah.
If I had a business, the first thing I'd be doing is putting EV charging. You get EV customers coming in and buying stuff, right? They got to stay here for a little while. Makes sense to me. We've had our friends from Whyalla Vet Clinic on a few times. I've shared their photos. They've got a DC fast charger outside their vet. It's great. And they're very proactive with EVs as well. So that's what you got to do. Don't let your computer say no. Santoshi, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I use test driving BYD Dolphin anytime soon. Yeah, I'd love to. Happy to always test drive any vehicle. Okay. Lindsay says Model 3 in the US is $27,000 US. Amazing. Cool. And yeah, Oscarima agrees. EX30 should be under 50 if it's 35 in the US. Okay. Peter says I've had a Model 3 in a rental for 3.5 years at 235,000 kilometers. Amazing. At least half my charging was on a heavy-duty extension cord out my bedroom window across the car park under $6 rubber doormats. Okay, thank you, Peter, for sharing that. Thank you. Okay, so commentary around Model X and S, why they cancelled. Okay, we've certainly discussed that a lot. So, yeah, have a look at our previous streams. Might get Nash back on another time. He'll explain that to you. Okay, Rahul, this might be an answer to you. Collie in WA, that might be the council you were discussing. Yeah. Okay, and Mitchell, how long do you think the FBT exemption will last with the ever-increasing uptake in EVs, especially with PHEV exemption coming off in 2025? Yeah, good question. Good question. Is there a threshold with uptake that people go, all right, we don't need incentives anymore? Like, is the magical number 30%, 40%? I'm not sure.
Well, in Victoria, it's under 30,000. So under 30,000 EVs, once we even get close to that number, cancel all subsidies, start charging them, road user surcharges, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
And then there's this discussion around maybe some of the politicians in all different states and territories now think that we've gone too far with subsidies, or the budgets mean that they need to rein in some money, and some of the low-hanging fruit is contradictory to their climate goals. So yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if next maybe 2 years, 3 years, the EV FBT exemptions may even come off quicker than the FEV ones they've got because they may think it's too much money that they could be collecting. So yeah, I guess all we can do is just advocate to say they are needed, and yeah, maybe not make too much of a noise about all of these exemptions. Maybe the ATO will forget it.
Yeah, I can't see them forgetting it. They know what they're giving out, so they'll take it back as soon as they can. Speaking of FBT innovator leasing, stay tuned. We've got a very good case study to go through from one of our viewers very shortly. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you on another time. All right. Well, we've got a comment here from Alan Gibson about the new NRMA 4-bay 350 kilowatt chargers at Mudgee. I'll just clarify that with this share here. So not quite 350 there. The tweet is, well, the X is 360 kilowatts across 4 parking bays. So it's not quite 350 kilowatt chargers. So probably shared power supply, like maybe 150 each or whatever, something like that, 180 perhaps. Whatever the case, it's good to see more EV chargers in our rural and regional areas too. So thank you, the NRMA. I personally would like to see the app go up. I mean, I've said this many times before. We shouldn't have free charging anymore, free DC charging particularly. It's almost counterintuitive, but yeah, I think it'd be good to see the app launch before the end of the year.
I think there is an update from NRMA on the bottom of that X as one of the comments.
Okay.
Because that is one of the, I'm pretty sure probably one of our viewers that asked that. Yeah, the first one.
Okay, this one here.
Yeah.
Definitely something we are working on at the moment, both app integration and payment options to use of our network. We are planning, I heard this last year, Riz, in 2020,
right.
2022. We are planning on launching later in the year. Hopefully these new chargers also help too. Okay. NRMA's got a 2-week system too, it looks like. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself there.
Right. Well, maybe there's a competition. Will NRMA release their app first, or we'll have full self-driving in Australia?
The race is on.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good to have at least some charges. Better than nothing. So thanks, NRMA. Okay, we've got David Owen saying EVX and Ausgrid are proposing 8 street charge spots. Oh, okay, in the city of Sydney, LGA, Kent Street, Trinity Avenue, Piermont Street, Eurong Street, Carillion Avenue, Brown Street, Hunley Street, Morley Avenue, pending parking charges. Okay, good. Good, because I've tried those EVX ones in Glebe in Sydney, and they're good. Good for that high density area where people need that off street charging. So good. Okay, cool. Question from Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Nice to see you. Has anyone charged a non-Tesla on the Gen 3 wall connector since the app has been updated? What's visible in the app? That's a good question, actually, because on my app, you can see my little black Model 3 charging. It's quite cute. I wonder what it looks like for a non-Tesla EV. So if anyone has one, please feel free to share. Send me an email. I'll post it next week. Good question. Okay. Any updates on Victoria's punitive road tax on EVs? Chance, help me out here.
No, I was in a meeting just before this with the EV Association and in Victoria here, and there doesn't seem to be any update yet. I think all the treasurers across the country are sort of, trying to figure out what is the best way to get money out of people, especially EV drivers. So it might be a while before they can get some sort of a judgment.
Yeah. For those that don't know, unfortunately, Victoria has gone and dug itself another hole. We've cancelled the Commonwealth Games, so we have to pay them $380 million. I wonder where that's coming out of. Oh, let's raise EV taxes. That'll cover it.
And drop subsidies.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
No, but I think if people don't know, the person who's following the court action, who's filed the court action, is Chris Vanderstock. He's on Twitter. He's on YouTube as well. So if you want updates on that, just follow his channel or follow his X account. Yeah.
Yep. Good call. Yeah, still no result. I think there was supposed to be a result by February, so it's been pushed back. So we'll keep you guys updated. Yes, Sensei, it might be time to hire a secretary for yourself if you did not realize until one day before that it was a family member's birthday. Yeah, okay. Anybody want to volunteer? Free internship? Do Australian Teslas have ultrasonic sensors? Yes, they do.
Yes.
They do. They still do. Okay, right. And yeah, Ray's got a link to the High Court summary, so check that out for you guys there in the comments. All right, let's have a look, see what else can we share from the chat here. Oh, yes, let's put this one on. This will make your blood boil, everyone. So this made me a bit upset today. Well, not today, but when this came out. So this is a lovely individual from Wollongong, I think, where this video was shared by Naomi, who is on X a bit, one of our EV owners. And yeah, just keep watching. It's quite distressing. So yes, that is a key. And yes, he is picky about it. And then he does it. And then he looks around, I think, see if anyone's looking. Buddy, we are watching you on our live stream, and so is the rest of the world. It's been shared 2.7 million times. So well done. You are now famous.
Yeah, I look, honestly, this kind of stuff just breaks my heart, unfortunately. You know, like, I mean, he looks like he's driving a decent ute of some sort.
It's a special edition Ford Falcon Ute,
there you go.
Rip Curl edition. So clearly he's a surfer. So we might find him at.
So this has got nothing to do with him not being able to afford an EV. It's just pure jealousy or whatever. You know, hey, I'm I don't know, ice driving idiot, and you know, doesn't like the fact that he's being shown up by somebody who's thinking about the environment, thinking about cutting CO2 consumption, whatever. This is just wrong. And the fact that I see a lot of these videos on Ram Bam Tesla Cam in the US, but the fact that this is happening in Australia now is just wrong. But I think this lady or this person has tagged the parking spot operators there, and I think they've got CCTV footage where they've got his rego plate, and I think it goes from there now. So he has been identified, I believe.
Yeah, good. Look, I share this because, you know, it could be any one of us, right? Any one of us driving the car, not necessarily even a Tesla. It could be another vehicle. It's just because Tesla has Sentry mode, so we probably pick it up more often than like another luxury, or even any other vehicle might have this experience too. So I don't know whether it's specifically targeting Teslas or just a premium vehicle in general. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know what's going through his head. But yeah, this kind of stuff has to be shared because we can't have this. We can't have this happening. It's just not right. You know, just don't touch someone else's property. That's the bottom line, right? No matter what you feel about it, just leave it alone. It's not for you to do. So hopefully Naomi finds who it is, and this person is rightly prosecuted too. So this is a crime. Do not do it. Okay, so Peter says the police already have his rego courtesy of the shopping center. Thank you. As Rahul said, expect police to charge him in about 3 to 6 months. I'm sure they'll find him. Good.
I think I've got another gentleman on X who mentioned that his car had been keyed as well. And yeah, they did get his rego and his name and his details passed on to the police. And he appealed his conviction, so he wasn't convicted, but he had to pay for damages, which was obviously in the thousands, and the repair to the car as well.
Yeah.
You know, great that people don't know that these cars actually have Sentry mode. Let's keep it that way. Let's make it famous, and yeah, just, you know, let the law deal with these idiots in what they're doing. Yeah.
It's the inconvenience too, like having it fixed, having to go through the legal process, all that stuff. It's frustrating. So yep. Okay, so comment for you, Riz. Robin Jules says, "Hi Riz, we met you at SeaWorld. Jules just got approval from the bank for her pink dolphin premium. So excited. Thanks for your advice." There you go. Another happy customer.
It was good to meet you both. And Jules was so excited to see the pink one in person. It does look pretty cool. Like, we just need more of them. So yeah, let us know when you receive it and what you think of it.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for sharing that too, Rob and Jules. Appreciate that. Yeah, Oliver says the BMW iX has the feature as well, the camera view all over, just like this Tesla feature too. So that's good. I think more vehicles should do it. It's worth it, worth the drop in range just to get stuff like this, especially if you park in a public car park. All right, let's move on to happier news. Let's talk about the Highland, because we love talking about the Highland. Someone told me, this is a tweet or an X, someone told me there are two front face styles for Model 3 Highland. One of them is a more sport style for performance version. Hello. That's news to me.
So Shao, or maybe I'm not pronouncing it right, but he seems to be a very credible source of news, particularly on Highland, but other EVs out of Shanghai as well. And yeah, he's been put stuff up online on X that he's had to take down. A lot of it is from suppliers who supply to Tesla, so it's got to be pretty legitimate. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're really doing this because, people that want that performance or sports car sort of look, they, I guess, should have it, given a lot of parts of the world aren't getting the Model S. And it probably also is in line with some of the Highland models that we've seen test driving in the US with a large rear splitter and a diffuser. So
yeah, I mean, there's commentary around how efficient is that process, having a different look for the performance, whereas obviously at the moment they're all looking the same. We know Tesla love efficiency. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether these rumors actually come true. There's a picture of a fleet of them just doing some testing in California, so some high temperature testing.
So this particular one was in China, Tom.
Oh, apologies,
and it's just
China.
only recently that this has come out, and the news is there's potentially a yoke.
Oh,
so there is discussion that there is a yoke. There's
how do we know? What's the evidence there might be a yoke?
So what this person who shared it suggests that one of them has their sort of hand up high versus the other models that don't have it. But there was suspicion in the past that maybe Tesla is diversifying the functionality of the yoke, particularly now that the indicator stalks and other things in Highland are allegedly removed. So like the Model S, that's how you reverse it using it's the stalkless design. And they may want to continue offering that to some customers that want, and possibly for a premium. Nash had one in one of his cars, not an official one, but I think it's cool kit for people that want a bit more view out of the windscreen.
Yeah, third party, right? Especially if you install like a third party binnacle as well behind the steering wheel, if you like that too. Considering we can't get the Model X or Model S anymore with the yoke steering, so yeah, to each their own. Oh, hi Gaffer, nice to see you. He says, "Hey guys, look at that, I made it."
Hey.
Yay! And yeah, if anyone can help Nick out here, just wondering if anyone can confirm the number of kilometers on 100% charge for a Model Y. So yeah, if anyone can do that for us, let us know. Help Nick out. Cool. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what else we can talk about today. So let's share this one. So this is a good friend of the channel, Jonathan from EV Brief. I think he must be in Germany at the moment. So he's shared some pictures on X of EVs in Germany. There we go. It's an iX1 BMW from the rear. Oh, that's an Opel, isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah. Is that a Mocha, or what do they call these? Opel Corsa? Mocha?
Okay. Yeah. Definitely don't see that here. And there's a Taycan. No, it's not a Taycan. No.
It is a Taycan.
It is Taycan, sorry.
Yeah.
The station wagon, whatever. Estate, shooting brake.
Shooting brake.
Whatever
yes.
they call it. Yeah.
I didn't recognize the boot. It's kind of like, oh, that's a bit fat. But yeah, front's definitely very much a Taycan.
Mm.
And then this is the Abarth or
Mm.
Fiat.
The Fiat, this one.
Fiat. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Very zippy. Yeah, right. Thanks, Jonathan. That's good. Thanks. It's good to, if you're in Europe, have a look at all the cars that we don't have at the moment.
I think one of the things that I really like about that post as well from Jonathan, and for people that don't know, but yeah, he his handle is EV Brief on X, but the variation in cars there as well. So you got the Porsche Taycan, you got the BMW, you got the Opel, and then you got the Fiat as well. So obviously, European markets, US markets, I think UK markets are catering to all sorts of price points as well, having all those models there as well. And I just love the fact that there's a EV there for every price point. That's amazing to see. So yeah, really like this post.
A bit of an update for Australia. 3 out of those 4 cars are here. The iX1 is available. BMW hasn't done a good job at promoting it. The 500e, there's some on car sales. You can buy them now. The Taycan in that estate is available as well. And the only thing we're missing is Opel, which obviously Michael says they've got it in New Zealand. Sweet as.
Sweet as, yeah. I mean, New Zealand do tend to get cars just a little bit faster than us. So, yeah, that's good that Opel is there. That's great. So if you just joined the stream tonight, yes, we are streaming on a Wednesday night because of my son's birthday tomorrow. I'm very proud of him, becoming the man that he is. So thank you for accommodating that tonight, everyone, for joining us on a Wednesday night too. So, yes, appreciate that. All right, let's share this one. And this is Tesla Owners Club of Western Australia, a record of a total of 749 Model 3s and Model Ys freshly arrived at Fremantle Port in WA from the transport ship Crystal Ace. Look at all those Teslas.
Soon to be very happy owners.
Yep. Amazing.
Yeah,
and I think that's not even all of them.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a good sample size to see what colors people order. You can see the reds stand out because there's not many of them. And then you've got, the whites are very common color, and blacks and blues in there as well. And yeah, midnight silver as well.
It's funny how from up top, blue, black, midnight silver look very similar, right? You can't almost differentiate until you look really close. So yeah, good sample size there. Good point. Cool. All right, what else have we got? Oh, yes, let's share this one. So this is from our good friend Nash. Breaking news. This is a reply from Tesla from the survey from Tesla Owners Australia with regards to right-hand drive Model S and X cancellation. All right, let's read this letter from Tesla. So I'll get to the important bit here. So we acknowledge and thank the owners clubs, blah, blah, blah. Yep. And then we're equally disappointed with the news that the subsequent impact it will have on our local customers. Engineering constraints meant that right-hand drive production could not be accommodated, with impacted markets unable to affect the outcome. All options to supply were explored, resulting in the availability of left-hand drive vehicles in markets where they are permitted, such as the UK and Japan. As orders are unable to be fulfilled, cancellations are being processed as per the terms of the pre-order agreement, with refunds being provided. As a gesture of goodwill, all affected customers in right-hand drive markets have been offered a purchase credit should they find a current vehicle that suits their needs. Okay, so while we understand the disappointment, this does not impact the service and parts support for our global vehicle fleet. Locally, we will continue to invest and expand our service coverage around Australia and New Zealand. Okay. All right, so there you go. That's the official response from Tesla Australia.
There is some key insights, especially in the last paragraph there. Body repair centers. So Tesla's involved in accidents as the fleet grows. It's good that Tesla wants to bring that in-house. They have the data, they have the parts, and parts distribution center. I think there's been a lot of criticism towards some of the newer, more affordable brands around not having parts and customers waiting like months on months for repairs if they've been involved in an accident, even if it's not their fault. So Tesla doing that, I think, is quite insightful. And one more little point on the incentive that they offer to existing order holders for Model S and X. I believe that expires at the end of October. So
Yes.
if you've got one, just you probably will have to purchase a vehicle, and that $3,000 you will be eligible for off that purchase price of the new vehicle as well. So October is roughly the date.
Yep. Good reminder. So if you got credit, make sure you use it. Otherwise, it's wasted. All right. Well, thank you, Nash, for sharing that. That's very good. That's the official response. Sticking with Tesla, this is Sawyer to help sharing 8 new Tesla Cybertrucks spotted at Giga Texas, 4 in the car hauler and 4 in the parking lot. Let's have a look at this. There you go. The question is, are they going to come to Australia? That's hot on everyone's lips at the moment. Look at those things.
Couple of covered cars there as well. I wonder what they are.
I wonder indeed. Unmistakably Cybertruck.
Yeah.
20 roof.
F-150 Lightnings.
Oh, sorry. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Dressed up as a Cybertruck.
I mean, you know what? It's a really good question. Like, do they bring Cybertruck to right-hand drive markets? And I kind of feel like after the S and X sort of debacle where they've pissed off a few people, I think it's that next upgrade for some people, right? Like, I mean, I obviously I've got a reservation, so I am biased, but I would love to have the opportunity to see Cybertruck come into Australia, replace all those, diesel, petrol sort of utes, those big four-wheel drives for trades as well. Obviously they've got the semis in the US as well. Whether they come to Australia is another question as well. But the fact that these can overhaul a large chunk of our sort of workforce, vehicle of choice, that'd be amazing. And just even its off-roading capability, its turning point circle, which we saw last week as well. While I was driving at Giga Texas, like, it's a dream sort of off-road vehicle for a lot of us. Yeah, I'd love for it to come to Australia, put it that way. Yeah.
Yep, I think you're right, Roll. You and a lot of people too. So we'll see whether we get the full thing, we get the baby Euro version. I don't know whether we would get anything at all. So watch this space. Watch this space. Sticking with Cybertruck for 1 second. Yes, Fred Lambert from Electrek posted that a Tesla Cybertruck was spotted on the glacier in Iceland for what is most likely the filming of a promo reel ahead of the launch. There you go, sitting right there. Okay, and what else have we got? Let's see. I'll just put some comments now. So we've got talking to a Genesis rep today, one of our viewers says, and he says that they're going to pick up from where Tesla left off, taking on the high-end market since there's no S and X in Australia. I mean, it's a nice car, the Genesis GV60, but can it pick up the slack? Good question.
They have the GV70. I'm pretty sure that's based on an ICE platform. But the electric version, or electrified, they call it, I don't think it's selling too well. For those that are looking for, let's say, an X replacement, there is the Polestar 3 and the Volvo EX90, the Kia EV9, and probably something from Hyundai also in the works.
Polestar as well, Polestar 3, that's coming.
Polestar 3.
Yep. Yeah, so there's a few coming on the market for sure to take up the slack, so to speak. And the number of Cybertrucks, according to Gaffer, ordered for Australia far exceeds the number of S and X that were ordered on. Yeah, I think you're right. It's quite a few reservations in Australia and New Zealand. Good point there. Okay, and let's have a look at this one. This is quite a funny article actually from Tesla Radi. Tesla Giga Shanghai's fleet of mysteriously covered cars is growing. I think this is probably Highland, I would think.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. There you go. What could they be? Love all the speculation around this. Still no confirmation from Tesla, of course. This is all just hearsay and speculation and just circumstance. So interesting. Cool. And let's share this one. Chempower. What's this one? Rahul, I think you shared this one.
Yeah, I think this is about Chempower having dynamic charging, and also making sure that they've got enough chargers along the A roads and the highways as well, so that there's less sort of charger anxiety as well, and obviously dual charging with those butterfly Chempower chargers as well. Oh, and the other thing is, really important as well. I think this is where the UK is leading ahead in terms of that article. Chempower is making sure that all of their sites, or most of their sites on that highway routes, on those A roads, are actually accessible to people needing the accessible pull-up bays. So they're getting high scores for that as well from independent reviewers as well, of accessible charging bays as well. So I think a precursor of what's to come in Australia. I think we're already asking for this, and I think some of the stakeholders, such as NRMA, are starting to listen, Tesla included, and some of the ChargeFox charging providers are starting to listen to consumers about this as well. So I think in the next year, 2 years, we're going to see lots of charging spots having that pull up, easy accessible charges for people with these needs.
Yeah, cool. Riz and I did pass a Chempower in Goulburn on our trip in the MG. Not commissioned yet, so hopefully that'll be up soon. Good to see. I'll just whip through the last few articles real quick. And yes, Sydney Morning Herald's behind a paywall for me, but the gist of the article is that Coles Express is going to be gone, taken over by OTR, which is on the run. Big retailer, I think coming out of South Australia. That's where they're originally from. But the upshot of the article with relevance to EVs is that they also plan to roll out, you just see it here before the paywall disappears, roll out fast electric charge stations to diversify and future-proof its business against declining fossil fuel sales. So yes, it'll be very interesting to see whether these Coles Express petrol stations that are going to be rebranded will have EV charging as well, which would be great, I guess. Good for us. And one more article from Sawyer. Tesla has become the world's largest supplier of energy storage systems in the first half of 2023. The company overtook BYD to top the list dominated by Chinese suppliers. So that's great. Good to see. And before we wrap up, Rahul, as well, I think you shared that BP have got some new sites, North and South Glenrowan in Victoria.
Correct, they do. And I think the North has 4 chargers with 2 cables each. And I think the South side has got 2 chargers, with 2 cables each as well. So I think that side is live. It would be good to sort of do a review of that. And I think the other one that came up recently is also EV Networks. They put up another charger in their partnership with Dan Murphy's at Alphington in Victoria, which is just off, I think, on Heidelberg Road. So if anyone's in Victoria, it's close to me, near to my golf course. I think I will go check it out in the next couple of days. Might take some photos and post it on X for you audience to have a look at it.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Rahul. Yeah, I think Glenrowan, from memory, on our last trip is quite a good stop. I think what's that place called? Kelly World is there.
Kelly, there's a museum there, I think.
Yep. It's quite a what's the word? It's interesting. It's different, but we enjoyed it. The kids loved it. It's the gentleman I spoke to who runs it actually got the inspiration from Disneyland. You can see some of the animatronics there, which is it's worth the money to have a look. We enjoyed it anyway. It's a good spot, and now that we've got EV chargers in Glenrowan, even more reason to stop and have a look. So good to see. Kelly Town, Kelly Country. Thank you, gents, on the stream. I can see there on the chat. And Peter says there's another new brand of DC charger at University of Western. UOW. University of Wollongong. SBRC Ferry Meadow from Ingi Team, a Spanish industrial energy supply company. Photo on plug share. Okay, cool. So check that out. That's good. Good to see more suppliers, but it does mean another app, unfortunately. unless it's run by ChargeFox, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. All right, gents. Well, I think that might be it for tonight. That's the hour mark. So again, thank you to you both, Riz and Rahul, for joining us on Wednesday night. A bit different, of course. Riz, thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone. It's been good. Lots to talk about, and I'm sure we'll have more to talk about, whether we've got the weekend stream or next week on Thursday.
Yep, indeed. Thank you, Rahul.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Riz. And it'd be remiss of me to not wish your son happy birthday for tomorrow. Please remind us what his name is.
Evan. It's Evan's birthday tomorrow. He's turning 14. So happy
Happy
birthday,
14th
Evan.
birthday tomorrow from all of us here at Ludicrous Feed and all the audience as well. Hope you have a fantastic day with your family.
Yeah, thank you. That's very kind of you. Yes, I can't believe he's 14. He's growing up in front of my eyes. So yes, thank you everyone who's joined us on the stream tonight. Very kind of you to join us on a Wednesday. We will be back, Riz and I, on Saturday morning for our weekend extra. As always, there's so much to talk about. Yeah, it's just incredible. This industry, it's just growing every day. There's nothing shy of an interesting story here or there as well. And Samuel says, start a podcast if you haven't already. Well, we kind of put our streams on podcast anyway, so yeah, check that out if you are listening in the car. So thanks everyone, and yeah, we shall see you on Saturday. Otherwise, we'll see Rahul next Thursday as well. And until then, happy charging. Take care, everyone. Bye now.